How do you know that you're having a bad writing day with your novel? So, I think we have our days where we don't feel like writing, where we don't have like enough energy. Maybe it was a long day or lack of sleep or something like that. I've had all of those things, all of those factors. Um, or all those things have factored into a bad writing day for me. So as someone who's working on his second novel, first book, The Glass God, is in the link in the description below on Amazon. But as someone who is working on his second novel, I know the feeling of sitting down, looking forward to, writing more for my book, and then realizing after writing a little bit that, yeah, this isn't a very good day for me. So, you know, um, how can I tell? So for me, when I'm writing and it's a bad writing day, it's usually when I'm writing what is essentially the bare minimum. And what I mean by that is um, I'm writing dialogue, I'm writing character actions, but that's it. Like usually for me, to me, in a good book is one where it is juggling dialogue, actions, inner thoughts, and also giving away like little bits and pieces of like backstory as the story progresses. A good book or a good novel will show you not just the character's perspective, but the character's understanding of the world around them. Um, a good story will draw upon like backstory elements of either the character whose perspective you're reading about, or the world that this character inhabits. Um, and I think, having some of that like sprinkled throughout the story really like just it provides a much richer narrative. But if I'm having a bad writing day, it's usually just it's usually just dialogue, character action, dialogue, character action, and just kind of bouncing back and forth where it's just some dialogue, character says something or does something, but not really exploring the world that the character is inhabiting, exploring the character's background in any way. That's when I'm having a bad writing day where it's like I'm only giving the bare minimum. I'm not brainstorming too much. I'm not thinking too hard. And it's just dialogue, action, dialogue, action. Now, you could kind of you look at it from a more positive point of view and think, okay, well, at least I'm providing the bare bones draft and then I can provide the depth later. So it doesn't mean if you're having a bad writing day and all you're writing is dialogue, action, that's not entirely a bad thing. You just got to make sure to kind of come back and provide the meat later. So yeah, for me personally, that is how I know I'm having a bad, uninspired writing day where my brain is just not working and I'm only giving, the bare minimum. For you, if you are writing a novel, and I hope you are, if you are writing a novel, what are the indicators or the signs that come to you when you realize you're having a bad writing day? Would love to hear from you. And if you want to continue with me on my journey through writing a novel, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next entry tomorrow night.